Well, good day, good day, good day. I think there's like a 10-second delay is what it is. I looked on here right now. I believe it's like a 10-second delay. Somebody said he must be outside. I'm watching myself on a computer. Okay, that's messing with me. Oh, where's my comments? There we go. What's going on, everybody? Cheers. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys can hear me. I don't know if I check my audio. Mike, check. Whenever I start to do a video, I always like Mike, check. And everybody's like, "What are you doing your check? You're like, you can't hear it, but it's to sync up all the audios. Sync audios. Sync. Cheers, Dason. How's it going, Dason? You're now a member. Hi, Cindy. Love you, Cindy. Charlie, she's mine. Stay away. What is going on, everybody? If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. How's everybody doing on this? What is it? Sunday, I think. Kitchen sink. Yeah, kitchen sink. I got tiger hair right here. I just cleaned my glasses too. Oh, what is shaking? Hello from Selkirk, Manitoba. Check, yes, we can hear you. What up, fishing freaks? Michael McDonald, what is up? What is up, my friend? Also a member, I see. Oh, Dason, buy Cindy a shot. I will. How to become a member? I'll try not to say this too much because it'll get repetitive for everybody. But if you look on the YouTube channel, somewhere on the computer, I don't think it works on an iPhone, you can join their monthly. I do member chats and stuff like that at the end of this chat, just to keep it a little bit easier for everybody to like ask questions or whatnot. Because like here we got 163 people already, and I think I have like 35 members or something like that right now, so it's less people. But there's a join button. There should be a join button. Cheers to you, Dason. I'm gonna have Cindy shot for her right now, but I'll get her a Jello shot there after. She'll probably be watching, so I'm sure she'll see it. Thank you, Jason. And Matter has howdy. I keep missing these while I'm at work. Can't watch now. Just thought I should at least say hi for once. Well, cheers to you. I hope your night shift's going okay. Cheers to you. Cheers to both of you. That's good. That is good. Let's see here. Let's take advantage of this. Cash Young says, any fishing tips for perch fishing in Saskatchewan? Shallow water, I find the best for perch in Saskatchewan this time of year. Mud flats or mud bottoms is going to be your best bet for sure. Like, and I say like shallow, like anywhere between 5 to 10 feet of water, relative close to the deeper water, like in the vicinity type of thing. But like shallow mud flats right now, I was on a couple of mud flats here recently that had a bunch of clams mixed in and stuff like that in there. It was a big clam bed and it was really good. So try shallow. That's my number one tip. Rod, Philip, new members, welcome you guys. Jay versus Clay, Gators through the ice needs to happen. It does need to happen. I do love Gators through the ice, and it would be fun to take Jay down, right? Just got second in the Cold Lake ice tourney with 82, 81, and 77.3 centimeters. So what's 82 centimeters in inches? I have to use Google for this. What is 82 centimeters in inches? 32.28. Nice. That's an awesome Laker. Nice work. Nice work. Oh, Rod, you remember just like that. You're super quick. You figured it out fast. Do big Cisco's on Mega Live. I'm going to do something with Cisco's on Mega Live eventually. I am headed north on Tuesday. I'm going to go try to do some smallies through the ice. I know that's something I've never done before, and I do like new adventures, so we're going to go do some smallmouth fishing through the ice, hopefully. Live or dead bait for pike? I prefer dead bait myself, especially this time of the year when the fishing's a little bit slower. The pike kind of just move around ever so slowly. I do prefer dead bait for pike. Now, most of the lakes I fish don't have a live bait option, so we only have dead bait. But I do prefer dead bait. I really do. It's just like lots of times I see when baits are moving and stuff like that, pike just lose interest and they leave. See that cat hair just fly out of there? Crazy. There was another question I wanted to. Oh, tips for anchoring down a flip over. I would say ropes and same anchors you'd use in a hub, right? Like just put your you can put some eyelets on the back of your shelters, your hubs, sleighs, and run like a rope from there, or like a strap from there. The same thing with your spikes that go in, and then even in the front, you could take like a rope and tie it around your bars on the bottom and stuff like that. So yeah, it's almost the same thing you would tie down a hub, just get your own ropes type of thing. You go in on Rocky for smallies. I am probably going to hit Rocky Lake for smallies, yeah. So if anybody has any Rocky Lake secrets for smallmouth bass, hit me up. Definitely could use it, because it's going to be only going to have like 2 days out there, maybe 2.5 type of thing at the most. So I'm hoping to get on them. I really am. Any word on the Savage Gear Battletech rods will be available, sold out on everything on the website. No word from Savage. They should be available for this open water season. I know Pokey's in Regina is going to be getting some in. So I'm going to get my Savage order in here pretty soon, and I will have some more, what's the word I'm looking for? More, not advice, more I'll have an outlook on that. What the rod situation will be like. I can't think of the words. Tips to bring in Lakers. That's picky. Man, Lakers are like some of the worst. Like Lakers can be so tough. They're either your highs are high and your lows are low, right? Like just really small baits and slow your action down a lot. That's probably the biggest tip I have. Jim Seegers, hey big guy, up on Lake of the Woods till Wednesday. Wish us luck. Good luck up there, buddy. Hope you score. That's awesome. I'm from Saskatchewan. Actually, I live right on the Manitoba-Saskatchewan border. Did you get invited to a YouTuber's 5 walleye bag that day? JP, AP, and Justin were doing this weekend. I don't know what you're talking about. I know Jay's not in anything. There's an online tournament, or not online, but KWT tournament there. I could have went for that, but that's all I really know about that. On Lake Winnipeg. I could have went. I could have got a partner and went for sure. So, Clayton, any thoughts on the AquaView Micro Stealth 4.3 underwater camera? I use the Micro Revolution, so I don't have any experience with the Stealth. I'm not sure what the difference is between the Stealth to the Revolution, but the Revolution's really good. It's an awesome scouting camera. I'm going to be using that when I'm on Rocky trying to locate some smallies. That's my first thing, is to go out there, drill holes, try to locate them. So don't talk, just read. Yes, I know. How much is a Manitoba fishing license for you? That's a good question. There's not that much though for an out of province. I think I pay like $35 or something like that for the year for for a conservation license, which means I'm only allowed to keep half of the limits, which doesn't matter to me anyway because I hardly keep any fish anyway. So I think it's like $35 to $40 for a Canadian resident, which is a non-Manitoba resident. So any tips for whitefish during the February blossom on Lake Simcoe? Again, that's something I don't have a lot of experience with whitefish. I'm thinking probably smaller hair jigs, stuff like that. I couldn't give you honest advice on that. Look up on YouTube Sea Bass Outdoors. I think he catches some whitefish throughout the season there. I don't know if he's put on any videos this year at all, but in the past, Sea Bass Outdoors will have some whitefish from Simcoe Lake. That would be my best tip for that. Any plans to ever come to Bay of Quinte? Yes, I do want to hit Bay of Quinte at some point. I do. Should I DM you on Instagram about the smallies on Rocky? Yes, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Hit me up on Instagram with that. And obviously it will chat, and if any of the information works out and stuff like that, we can figure something out there in terms of giving you a shout out or whatever in that sense. But yes. Do you have your new boat picked out for open water? I do have it picked out. It's on the way. It's supposed to be here by the end of the month. It's a Starcraft 188T Delta. So the 188T is 18.8 feet, and the T stands for Tiller, and it's a Delta series. I'm pretty pumped for it. It looks like a really, really good boat. Like almost what I have, just a little bit better quality, I think. Get a nitro. I need a tiller though, buddy. I need a tiller. Just slamming walleye right now. You should come out for late ice. Oh man, I would love to hit up Quinte one day. Favorite lure for big pike, open water or ice fishing? Ice fishing, I'd say the Dragon Slayer is probably my favorite artificial lure for pike. Open water right now would be the 4D Perch Shad or the Savage Gear Shine Glide. My uncle owns Lost Meadow Resort. Awesome to see you fish that lake. I caught a 22-pound pike this summer. That's awesome. Lowen is a great dude. I love Lowen so much. So I'm hoping to make it to his place yet this year at some point. So yeah, Lowen's a good dude. What's your heritage background? Can you guys guess? Chikai. Whoa, Chikai. I want to say half Ukrainian, quarter German, and a quarter, I'm not sure. I'm a mutt, as they say. More ice camping. The ice camping's got really tough this year because of so much snow. Like insane, and also lots of slush, which makes it really tough for ice camping too. So that's the reason why I haven't done any more ice camping videos yet, but maybe something in March will happen at some point. I assume Lake of the Prairie is pretty stacked with snow. Yeah, Lake of the Prairies for me was snowmobile only. Like there's some areas where you can take your truck out, but it was sled only. Any tips for extremely sandy ice? Oh man, you just have to sharpen them often. Dirty ice, sands, and ice is the worst. The worst. Cash Young, any tips for targeting pike on Last Mountain Lake? Shallow bays is a really good start, I would say. Any of like the shallow bays, there's definitely some really good pike fishing on Last Mountain. Do you like pierogies then? You bet, Dason. Pierogies, yes. 39 hours on the ice. What's 39 hours? No, I'm just kidding. Best areas to target big type pike this time. I like the shallow mud flats, just like I do for perch. Those pike come through those shallow mud flats looking for food all the time. So shallow mud flats is like from now till the end. Like maybe later in the year you'll start to fish some closer to spawning areas and stuff like that. But shallow mud flats is would be my go-to for pike right now. Started my own channel, fishing for a cure, making my first video next weekend. Was very inspired. Where'd that go? Very inspired at the meet and greet. That's awesome. Well, good luck. I hope you do. I hope it goes well for you. YouTube is very, very hard if you want to make it a career type of thing. So just do it for fun, which is the best way to tackle YouTube in that sense. Just do it so you have videos to watch in the future. I started YouTube a long time ago. Wasn't really, I guess, that long ago, but I always wanted to show my grandma videos and my family videos and stuff like that. So reel to pair with the Drama Queen. I have a 2500 Stratic on my Drama Queen. Any 2500 series reel, like in that sense, 2000 size reel would be probably pretty good with a good drag system. That's my biggest advice for that. Good pike fishing on Last Mountain, 6 to 12 feet, casting in shallower bays and rocky points. There you go. There you go. Are you planning on using the Mega Live in open water? You bet I am. Mega Live open water for sure. I want to do lots of like casting for walleye with crankbaits and Ned rigs, all that stuff, right? Because it's something that doesn't get done a lot, right? Like not a lot of people cast for walleyes in spring season. So that's something I'm going to do more of, and the Mega Live is going to be fun to make some videos with that. Hello, Lane. Hello. I saw another there. Kyle. Whoop, whoop. Hello, my friends. Awesome. Anybody in here that's a member right now, just so you know, if I don't get to your question now, I'll be having a members-only chat at the end of this one, just for everybody that's got questions that are members. I can have a little bit slower chat in that sense. But I do try to keep up, obviously, the best I can. And if I do miss your question, feel free to ask it again throughout there. Don't spam it, but obviously ask it again. Will I ever be good at ice fishing? You know what, Joe? You're already good, I'm sure. The biggest thing with ice fishing and being good at is just spending a lot of time out there. That's the number one thing. I love that. Will I ever be good at ice fishing? I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you will be. With a small pocket camera and a 360 tripod camera, wire work as well as a larger camera set up like the Markhams with the big heavier cameras. It probably won't work as well, but it will still work, right, in terms of you being able to see everything that's going on down there. Obviously the quality isn't going to be as good as like what I'm using on the bigger Aqua views, like the Aqua View HD 7i Pro. That's a pretty good one in that sense. The 10's the same thing, just a bigger screen, but it won't be the same quality. Blake, hey Clayton, how's it going? Any plans on making the deep freeze we're having? I'm headed up north, Blake, next week sometime. And Blake, you won the last giveaway. If you go check the member section there, you won a giveaway for some lures from that perch video. So I need your address and stuff, my friend. Why does my Helix 5 glitch out? Jay, if you're talking about your Helix 5 and it glitching out in terms of like the bottom like going away from you all the time like that, put your depth setting on manual. So if you're saying 20 feet, put your lower range at 22. Don't leave it on auto. The auto seems to glitch it all the time. So change your depth range from the auto to actually what depth you are. If you're in 7 feet, change it to 10. If you're in 5 feet, change it to 7. Keep it a couple feet extra, but I'm guessing that's the glitch you're talking about. Clayton, we have room for you here on Bay of Quinte anytime. I appreciate that, Hales. I would like to make it out there some point. I really, really would. Love your channel, Clayton. Thin blue line supports your ass. I love that. Love it, Jacob. Hey Clayton, watching your Laker video right now. Come fish Buffalo Pound. I would like to fish Buffalo Pound at some point. Actually, I'd like to go do some perch fishing there. Are you focusing on a video muskie anytime this year? Maybe something in September for muskie if I get a chance to go visit Jay. I would definitely like to, but like nothing for open or for ice fishing. And obviously, it doesn't open in any of the waters I could get to till like June 15th or something. I do plan to guide, so it'll have to be a later fall thing. But I do want to do like a trip for muskie sometime and film like a do-it-yourself adventure and just go see what I can find. Right, make a whole video out of the trip, the camping, the adventure in that sense. So we'll see. Once Jay gets his cabin up and going on his property, I'll definitely like go out there and stay there and do some musky fishing. Garmin, Humminbird, Lowrance, what's your ranking on these three brands? There's lots of like different reasons why I'm going to rank it like this in terms of mapping quality, electronics quality, everything like that. But I would go Humminbird, Garmin, Lowrance, in my opinion, for what I do and what I use it for, right? And that's not saying like Livescope Mega Live. That's saying everything in general. Would you ever consider coming to Colorado to ice fish for lake trout? I don't know if I'd come fish lake trout there, but I would definitely come and fish Colorado at some point. Not say I wouldn't fish lake trout there. Like I just have so many good lake trout or lakes that I know that are close to me. Well, I would say close, like 6-7 hours away. But at one point, I would definitely like to fish Colorado. I think it'd be really cool. You're going to start guiding. I've been guiding for like 18 years, Austin, and our lodge will be open again this year. So my plan is to go back up. A couple people have asked here in a row here, how do you become a member? There should be a join button on the bottom of this video. If you're on a computer, I just don't think it works on an iPhone. If you're on Android, it'll work. There'll be a little join button. That's how you become a member of the channel. Any tips for perch on Lake of the Prairies? Flats off the river channel. You get some mapping of Lake of the Prairies and fish some of the shallower flats that are off the river channel. That's my best advice for that, for Lake of the Prairies perch. They're big. There's some big perch in Lake of the Prairies, but just big body of water and hard to find them sometimes. Any chance you're going to do another show on Second Cranberry again? That was awesome. I'll be doing more shows on Second Cranberry at some point. Just might not be this winter, but open water for sure. I got to get back there and do some more. I love it down there. I know there's a lot of winter yet, but looking forward to getting a Humminbird to add to my boat for the mapping. Any suggestions on what would be a good fit next to the Garmin? If you're using it just for the mapping and that's it, like probably like a Helix 7 or 5 even, where you can use it in the winter as well on like some kind of machine. But like if you want something that's a little bit bigger, obviously, like I'd go to a 9 or a 10 Helix. If you're going to use it just strictly mostly for the mapping, like don't go any bigger than like an 8, 9, 10 type of thing, I would say. Colorado State record for lake trout is 50 pounds. That's a big fish. But 50 pounds is like, you know what I mean? If there's like the Saskatchewan record's like 73 pounds, right? In that sense. So it's like, even though I'm not going to catch a 73-pound laker, you're probably not going to catch a 50-pound laker either, right? Like, and I probably won't catch one either. I've been close a few times in open water. I've guided 3 50-pounders, 50-pound lake trout, but I've only caught one that was close to 50. It was 48 inches, but it didn't have the length to go with it. Hey, buddy, do you know any companies that make gluten-free fish coating mix? I don't. So maybe somebody in the chat does. Anybody know that makes gluten-free fish coating mix? I'm not too sure. I don't know any myself, but somebody might. Biggest sturgeon, I believe, was 86 inches. I'd have to look on my old post from that when Jay, myself, and Maddie Getzlaff went to the Fraser River for 10 days. with his boat. I think my biggest was 86 inches. I think. Don't quote me on that for sure. It could have been 82. It was in the 80s for sure. It was somewhere between 82 and 86. It was either 82 or it was either 86. Those two numbers stick out big time. I do fly fish, but mostly fly fish for bigger fish. I like predator fish. I like pike. I like lake trout. I like big fish. Ever been moose hunting? Yes, I've been moose hunting and I've guided moose for a couple of years as well. I had one epic moment of archery hunter shooting a moose, a 55-inch bull moose at that, at 4 yards with the bow. I was 40 yards back. It was pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. I don't have any video from that, and I wish I did. I got awesome photos of like after the moose and everything, but it was pretty epic. Get gluten-free bread, bake it, smash it, make your own breading. That's not a bad idea at all. Love the content, Clayton. Well, thank you very much. Any tips for walleye on Pasqua Echo? I think the biggest thing for Pasqua and Echo is you're going to be fishing. You're somewhere between 20 to 30 feet, closer to deeper water. Obviously, 2 would probably be a good starting point. And I'm thinking a lot of that's going to be being there during like the prime time hours. In my guess. Jay, I do want to obviously show you the photos of them. I don't have anything here. If you go on my Clayton Chick Outdoors, you'll find them on there on Facebook. I'd have to find the picture again though. Yeah, 4 yards. I remember when the float plane came in we packed out all of the moose, and the float plane came in. I told Mike, I was like, yeah, Mike, I was like, we shot this moose at 5 yards. I was like, it's incredible. And he's like, I don't believe you. 5 yards, like, come on. So the hunter took Mike back to where it all happened, where he was kneeling, and you could see like the hoof prints of like the moose, right? And Mike steps it out, and he's like, that's actually 4 yards. And that's like from like 4 yards where he was kneeling to the hoof print of the moose. That's not including out like his length for his draw and the moose's antler. He was shooting upwards at it. I still remember his name was Travis. He has actually a hunting operation in Africa, and it was just like, I'll never forget the whole thing happening, because it was just like I was 40 yards back and the moment was epic. And yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. YouTube is so strict with hunting now. Yes, it is. Do I have any fish replicas on the wall? I don't. I have a few fish that I'd like to maybe get replicas of one day. I've got a couple of nice 32.5-inch walleye throughout the years, some like 13.5 pound walleyes, 47-inch pike, 48-inch lake trout. I just never, it's one of those things that's like, first of all, I don't really have anywhere to put them is the biggest thing. And second of all, it's like, I like the pictures just as much in that sense. Now, obviously replicas would be pretty cool. And maybe one day I'll get some of that stuff done, but we'll wait till I have a man cave, type of thing, and I can do it properly. So one day I will for sure. Thanks for reading my questions, Clayton. I appreciate it. You're very, very welcome. I'm trying to keep up, obviously, the best I can with everybody. And if I do miss somebody's question, you can ask again. Where's the big stuffed catfish? There's my replica mount right there. Yeah, there he is. Kitty cat. My kitty cat. I need a sip. Besides using a camera, any tips for getting larger perch to bite? All I get is dinks. Bigger baits probably would be your best bet, right? Get the biggest fish out of that group of perch. Of course, the underwater camera is the best in that sense, but I would go with bigger baits. Would be my biggest tip. 32.5 walleye are huge. I got that 30 plus walleye this October, and I was absolutely floored. No room for replicas. I'm looking at an empty wall behind you. I know, but this is the girlfriend's basement, so I don't think she'll really appreciate me hanging a fish there. Spoon or rattler for walleye? I don't know. They both have their place, honestly. They both have their place. I'd say spoon when the bite's slower, rattlebait when they're aggressive, I guess. Any tips on fishing lakers on a lake that's mostly 300 feet of water? Holy. I would say probably don't fish the 300 feet of water. Find something that's shallower in that sense. And then I'm guessing the walleyes, or not the walleyes, the lake trout cruise a lot, right? So you're fishing lots of the middle of the water column. I really don't have any tips for something like that. I wouldn't even know where to start or where to tackle it. I really wouldn't. With fuel prices, what's the best way to make your boat more efficient? Good question. Like, man, fuel prices are insane. I would say get your boat as light as possible. And you know what? Here's the biggest tip I can give you to keep your boat more fuel efficient. Don't open it up. Go three-quarter throttle. That you will save so much fuel by going three-quarter throttle. Use all the power you can to get it up on plane, but once you're on plane, lay off the throttle. Just lay back. Let it cruise nice. That's how you're going to save more fuel in your boat. And I mean, you'll save a pile of fuel if you just back off the throttle a bit. That's my biggest tip. And I guarantee you that's better than anything else in terms of making it lighter or anything. Just back off the throttle. Wish I could go fishing with you, buddy. I wish I could fish with everybody. Get a canoe indoors. Yeah, there's your biggest tip. That's easily the best. Apparently, Co-op is doing 10% ethanol as well on the premium. Oh boy, get a kicker motor, fuel savings. Best fisherman you know. Best fisherman I know. That's a good question. I always consider like the guys that can do multi-species to be like some of the best fishermen in that sense. Guys that can like go like really like figure. Justin Pachatrick is a guy that can figure out bites like crazy in terms of catfish bites, sturgeon bites, everything like that. He is a really, really good angler. He doesn't post anything, he doesn't do anything like that. I just know him. He's out of Yorkton. He's he's a really, really good angler. Very good angler. Oh, there's lots. There's so many good anglers out there. So many. Jay, yeah, Jay's the best angler I know. Jay's the best videographer that I know, probably, I would say. Clayton with Ion Water coming up looking for with Ion Water? What's Ion Water? Coming up looking for a new jigging rod. Looking for inputs on what to get. Just bought 2 pissy fun reels looking for a good rod. Oh, I bet you meant to say with open water coming up. Look at the new Savage Gear rods, the BattleTech series rods, BattleTech Walleye. They're really, really good. Those would be my input for a really good rod for those to match those reels. What's your biggest muskie? 47 inches. Might have been 47 and a half, I believe. It's another. I the only picture I have of that too is a picture of like the screen. Jay, myself, and Aaron were fishing in Ontario, trolling muskies, and I caught a 47 and a half. And he didn't make a video out of it, and then he lost the footage eventually, and all we have is like a picture of the screen. So that's my biggest muskie, 47 or 47 and a half. I can't remember for sure what it was, but it was trolling. There wasn't much of a fight. It's just kind of crazy in the sense where it's like all of a sudden it's in the net, and yeah. Have you seen the Savage Gear Squad Walleye rods, Clayton? Only $100 for a 7.3. I haven't seen the Squad Walleye rods yet. They should be really good though. I just haven't played with any yet. I'll probably get some in this year though. I do still guide. I plan on guiding in this summertime here back at Wollaston again, as soon as the lodge opens up, which will be like June 10th type of thing. So I will be up guiding. Yes, I will be just for the summer. Biggest catfish. I don't think there's anything big for a catfish. Really, I caught some smaller ones, but nothing noteworthy at all. I missed some questions I wanted to answer. I couldn't get to them there. Clayton, we need more vids, but uploaded tomorrow. There will be a video coming up with some walleye, midwinter walleyes. Unfortunately, I don't catch a lot, not to spoil the video, and then I do a little catch and cook with an air fryer. So I'm working on editing that video right now. It should go live tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, probably tomorrow morning. I'll probably pull on an all-nighter here and get her edited up. So do you still use a flasher ever? I use a flasher a lot still. When I did my perch video 2 videos ago, I was using the Mega Live and like finding the school and then going over there and fishing it with my flasher. I find the Mega Live is amazing, but it is not that good for running and gunning. It's very tough for the run and gun. When you can just pick up your flasher in one hand and your rod and your auger in the other hand and walk around, that is like the best run and gun method, right? Very, very hard. It's a lot harder to do what I was doing, especially you're gonna have to drill 2 holes. And yeah, so would you rather catch a 55-inch muskie or a 32-inch walleye? Hands down, a 55-inch muskie. hands down. I've caught lots of 32-inch walleye, so that's probably one of my biggest reasons for saying that. But a 55-inch muskie just sounds insane. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, sign me up, like right now. Biggest rainbow is 27 inches. I caught that one through the ice. How long have I been guiding? I've been guiding for 18 years or 19 years. 18 years at Wollaston, 1 year at Scott, I think. I believe so. Yeah. Do you think that fishing, Dank is not fishing? None of it is a white flag to the yet the record Lake Trout. Jenkins will not beat me this year with a YouTube record lake trout. And just for the record, his original YouTube lake trout that he measures at 43.5 inches tied my fish from the year before. So it wasn't even like the official YouTube record, as he's calling it. That bugger. Do you fish when you're guiding? No. And I think this is something cool to talk about. You should not fish when you're guiding. As soon as you start fishing when you're guiding, you are taking away from your client. Because you might catch a bigger fish than him, you might catch more fish than him. There's nothing wrong with picking up a rod and showing him some techniques and in that sense and how to like work baits or whatever. But you should be focused on your client, your boat control, all of that stuff. As soon as you pick up a rod, everything else goes out the window. Your boat control is harder, paying attention to your clients harder. I will never fish when I'm guiding somebody. You should not. Are you coming to Last Mountain Lake this year? I'll probably get back to Last Mountain at some point. 110% don't fish when guiding. Agreed. Exactly. It's not even like necessarily you're working. It's if you want that client to have the best experience possible, you are hurting yourself by fishing. That's my take on it. That's how I see it for sure. When I got two clients with me and they're reeling in, I'm watching their baits for follows, for a fouled lure, for weeds on there, stuff like that. If I'm fishing, I'm not paying attention to any of that. So you have a client that has casted 5-6 times in a row and his lure was fouled out, and those clients don't know how to pay attention to that stuff. They're hurting themselves, right? Like that's how you guide properly. If I got in a boat and a guide fished, I think I would just put my rod down and say, just take me back to the dock. Like I'm paying here to learn. I'm paying you to catch, to help me catch fish in that sense, like, or learn all, whatever. I don't know exactly everything I'm trying to say with that, but no, you shouldn't. Jaden, howdy. Jaden, long time no talk. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm coming back up your area at some point. And like I said, I hope you're doing good, buddy. Haven't heard from you for a while. When trolling, you could always set your rod, and yes, you could. When I'm trolling, like, it's if you're trolling and you got 3 clients with you or 2 clients with you, throw another rod out in the rod holder, let them take it in that sense, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Or one client with have your rod form, your line in. A lot of lodges, it's actually illegal for the guide to be guiding. I know in the States it doesn't matter in that sense, guides can be fishing, but yeah. So can you let me know if you're coming by Last Mountain? I will try my best. I don't usually let people know a lot of times where I am, just because it's easier for me to focus on filming a video, but I'll see what I can do. Oh, where's that one? It's disrespect to your clients. Bird guides are not allowed to carry a gun. Yeah, exactly. If you're guiding birds, you're not allowed to be shooting either. Sometimes you get lucky and run into them in the lake. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Real life with Mike, we all know she can catch more fish than you. Yeah, Mike, your girl can outfish you anytime. Ever fish walleyes in heavy current? I have, not crazy current, but I fished them in current that's like ripping a little bit where you need a heavier jig to get down, but like nothing like insane. What is the best big walleye bait? You know what? I think the 1 ounce hyper hammer TT is going to be a slayer. I just got to play with it at the end of the season last year, and it was really good. And I love like the jigging wrap days, the bigger jigging wraps. I think this hyper hammer is going to be good. It's got a bigger back hook. It's got a nice treble on it. I think that's going to be the ticket. Yes, Blake, you heard it right. I do want to do some ice smallies. I'm coming for some ice smallmouth bass. I'm planning to go up to Rocky Lake, but I'm obviously open to some other ideas in the future. Nipawin does have current. It does, yeah. What's a good area of Last Mountain to try? The regional park up north is good. Regina Beach area is always a good starting point. Right now, Last Mountain is very plugged up, all their accesses. There's so much snow. It's like a snowmobile only from what I've heard for the most part. So it's a giant lake, Last Mountain. In the summer, launching at Rowan's Ravine, staying at the cabins right there at Rowan's. I'm having a brain fart right now. G&S Marina, they're always good for pointing you in the right directions if you're staying at their place in that sense. So ever have a pike attack your underwater camera? I have. James, how do I catch smallmouth bass through the ice? I don't know. I'm asking the same thing here soon. I'm going to be going on a little bit of an experience or an adventure and try to figure that out myself. This is my first year ice fishing. I got a lot of my information from watching your videos along with Jay's. Thanks for the great content. You're very welcome, Ryan. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. We are able to keep doing what we're doing because you keep watching them. The Clown Voltage is a good rod all around, etc. What is your favorite ice fishing rod reel combo for all around? Geez, I would say the True Grit would be one rod that I'd be comfortable with catching pike, medium, smaller size lake trout on, bigger walleye. In that sense, the True Grit would be probably my favorite. The 38 medium True Grit from Frostbite with the 1000 size Stratic reel right now would probably be my go-to for like one. If I could only have one rod at everything, that'd probably be it. I'm at Glen Harbor. Shack is stuck in the ice, so can't move it. Only 13. I'm at only 13, so really can't go anywhere alone except for my snowmobile. The jacks in the shack are stuck in ice. That's yeah. There's a lot of ice and snow and slush out there this year. Hey Clayton, I got my first lake trout through the ice today. Owe it all to you, all your videos and advice. That is awesome. Congratulations, dude, on your lake trout through the ice. That's deadly. That's awesome. Good for you. Try asking Jay about ice fishing for the smallies he's done. I will talk to Jay about actually. We need 100 likes. Smash it. Yeah, like the video. Let's go. Let's do it. Like it. True Grit fishing rod tip needs repaired. Anywhere to send it? Probably somebody that does custom rods. All depends on what it is. Like rod tips, you can replace yourself too. If you do a YouTube, if you can take like a lighter and very lightly, you can like go on your rod tip, or even a heat gun's better, and you can get that rod tip off and replace that tip quite easily. In that sense, you can get like little kits from Cabela's and stuff like that to replace a rod tip. What's your biggest bluegill, Clayton? I've never caught a bluegill. I will one day, maybe next year, hopefully. I keep saying that every year about crappie too, but I do have a guy down by Metagosh that has told me he would take me out for bluegill whenever I want. And his name is actually Clayton too, so that would definitely be. It's going to be in the future for sure at some point. Tips for finicky walleye: small baits, downsize a lot. Clayton, you're the man. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Tom Boley just put out a video ice fishing for smallmouth. FYI, I saw that. I'll have to check that out too. Best part, you talk back to us. Well, yeah, I try to. It's good to like, in my mind, to keep in touch with all of the followers that are watching, right? Whether it's through live chats like this or trying to keep up with as many comments as I can on YouTube as well. I do whatever I can. New member, all season angler. Welcome. What is your go-to lures for ice walleye? The medium-sized dinner bell is one for sure that I would definitely recommend. Probably like one of my biggest go-tos. Medium-sized dinner bells. It's been such a good bait for me lately. Have you, Jay, and Adam doing a nice challenge? That'd be fun. Will Clayton say hi to this comment? Hi, Austin. Hi. Any chance of a blooper video? I would like to do a blooper video at some point. I want to let you know that your videos are inspiring people. I hadn't ice fished in a long time, and you and Jay and Boley inspired me to get a shanty, get out, and my son are bonding on ice. That is awesome, dude. That is awesome to hear. It's good. It's like outside, it's such a great time to spend with your family in that sense. Like, it's so good. Is Baker Lodge your favorite fishing destination? It's one of them. I love the cabins. I love all the lakes up there, the areas. They're always so nice up there. It's definitely one of my favorite locations for sure. Has YouTube been hard on the fishing channels like it has been on the hunting channels? I'm not sure. I don't think so, Drew. I think the biggest thing, like anybody on YouTube that complains about not getting views and all this stuff, sometimes I think that they have to like look in the mirror and at your own content and say, what can I do to improve it? Why are people clicking off my video? Why aren't people watching as long as they used to? And all that sense, right? Like, and I'm just as guilty as the next person where you have to stay focused and keep your videos upbeat and changing and not the same thing over and over all the time again, or people will just stop watching, right? So anybody that's like blaming that they don't get views anymore, sometimes they just need to look back in the mirror and say, okay, how can we fix this? How can we be better? That's my opinion anyway. And I know the hunting channels, I'm sure they've hit a little bit in that sense, but there's other ways to get views on videos. There's other ways to hit your source, right? Like an email newsletter, all that stuff, right? There's so many things. This business goes so deep than just putting on a video on YouTube and saying, "Oh man, YouTube is punishing me right now," or YouTube this, YouTube that. Look in the mirror, and that's where it starts. I'm fishing tomorrow morning. Well, good luck out there. Have you ever made a trip to Plumber's Lodge? I haven't. I'd like to do Plumbers. Plumbers is on my list for sure. It is. The salmon interesting at all? I think so. I've done a little bit of salmon fishing when we went out sturgeon fishing, and I think I would like to do some more salmon fishing eventually, but on something better than what we were doing at that time. So yeah, salmon fishing does interest me. What is a good open water rod for pike and lakers? Or is that not possible? Yeah, you can have a rod that's good for pike and for lakers. I was using the Savage Gear swim bait BattleTech. I don't know if it's a pike rod. It's a swim bait rod. It was a 7'3", I want to say, or no, it was a 7'6". I have to look for sure. Go find my last couple of open water pike fishing videos. And there's a rod I was using that would work very well for lake trout as well. And it was a nice moderate action to keep fish pinned. Yeah, it would be really good. Last Mountain Lake, you need help? Got any tips? Man, Last Mountain Lake is tough. Big bodies of water this time of year and anytime, they're tough. Tough, tough, tough. That's all I can say. It's just move around lots, try to find the fish, try to find the bait. Try to find the bait and you'll usually find the fish. But this time of year, the fishing slows down a lot, right? Like your numbers are going to be down a pile. If you catch sometimes one or two or three fish in a day, you've probably had a pretty good day when it comes to this time of year for ice fishing. In our area anyway. Where do you get your mealworms from? I just buy them from anywhere I can find them, gas stations, Cabela's, whatever. I don't buy a lot of mealworms throughout the year, so I just pick up the odd little case here and there. Was able to get 100 mealworms for I think $8.99 from Cabela's last time I was there. Keep up the good work, man. Love watching your videos. Cheers to you, Nate. Cheers, cheers, cheers. What is your most productive depth for big winter walleyes? I'd say probably 20 to 25 feet would probably be some of my most productive my depths. There's some lakes that'll fish 30. There's some where I'll fish 15, but 20 to 25 will be a really good average. March Madness is right on the corner. Yes. ATV or snowmobile, and why? Snowmobile. I think you can pretty much get anywhere with a sled at any time. Obviously, when there's no snow, you have a little bit tougher of a time, but like I wouldn't want to have a quad or an ATV right now. Like I love my sled, and that would be, if I could only have one, it would definitely be a sled. What is the nerdiest thing you find yourself doing when filming your adventures? Huh. I don't really know. I don't know. Nerdiest thing. I don't know. So I don't know how to answer that question. Nerdiest thing. I don't know. Probably always like worrying about how you look in terms of like your hat on straight, all that stuff, right? Like when you're filming something, you're always like thinking of other stuff. I don't really know. Clay, you should take Cindy to QCL Lodge for ocean fishing. Unbelievable experience. Been there twice. My PB Chinook salmon is 48 pounds. Or that would be unreal. QCL Lodge. I'm going to take a picture of that real quick and then search that lodge later. QCL. It's probably, that must be Queen Charlotte Lodge then, right? I'm guessing QCL Lodge. Taking some, when he says donkey, that's when, yeah, it's taking subscribers fishing video. Not necessarily subscribers, but next weekend I'm going to be making a video with people fishing at Baker's on the Clayton ice fishing trip. We're going to do a video from that. I'm going to interview everybody or chat with everybody and make a video of that whole experience for sure. Opinions on jaw jackers. I think they're great. I have some sitting in my garage right now that they sent me. I just haven't had a chance to use them yet. I think they're a great device. It's going to keep trout from swallowing baits and like perch and that stuff. So yeah, shake it up. Time for a shot. Apple pie shot. I like it, Real Canuck. Time for a shot. Yes. I don't have many shots in this one, but that's okay. That is okay. Cheers. Cheers to you, Real Canuck. Cheers. I see you're a member. It's awesome. Appreciate it. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Oh, apple pie moonshine. It's good. Canada question. What species are commonly fished for up in Hudson Bay? Question mark. Brook trout would be one, I would think. Would be one. I think the brook trout, the mighty brook trout. Shout out from Colorado. Hello, Colorado. Cheers. What's your favorite rod for ice Lakers? I would say the slugger because I try to fish for a lot of bigger lake trout. Mr. Big is one as well though too. The Mr. Big and the Slugger will be my two, and the Drama Queen I just haven't spent a lot of time with yet, but that's going to be another one. Cash Young, how do I become a member? There should be a little join button somewhere on the bottom of my videos. You might have to find it on a computer, but there will say join, and that's how you can sign up there. It's $5 a month. It is for a member. You have member only chats, some giveaways for like some smaller baits and that kind of stuff. Whenever I do a video, I try to do a giveaway for every bait or a giveaway for every video that I do, just of the baits from that one. Like my last two perch videos, I had some giveaways for that, for the Lindy Perch Talker and some jigs there, and then the other one before that was the Acme Stubbsy and the little tungsten jig. So little stuff like that. So have you heard or would like to go to Cascade for Idaho and Big Perch? I would like to fish Cascade one day for sure. I haven't seen much of it this year. Like, is it a thing that's going away? I really think something like the Cascade where everybody's killing the bigger perch, I just think that's not good for the fishery, right? Like, I think you got to keep some of those bigger fish in there, and everybody's crushing and killing every 13, 14, 15, 16-inch perch they catch. So it's not I just think that's bad for the fishery in my opinion. I pay everybody say, oh, perch grow so fast, but you take the big genetics out of a lake, like look out, they'll kill it. In my opinion. Where in the US is on your ice fish hit list? North Dakota, to fish Metagosh for bluegills, and then Devil's Lake maybe would be another one too. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Not too really sure. So many good waters in Canada, right? Like, and obviously sometimes I have to do a lot of driving even up here, but Canada's got so many different types of opportunities up here. So, do you think moon phases make or break a bite? I think your moon set and your moon rise times for certain species are big. I think they're really big for lake trout. I know they're pretty big for muskie, but I don't really believe so much in the full moon, new moon, that stuff. I really think that comes more to a good weather pattern, in my opinion. Dason, you asked me about a lake there somewhere. Fillin Lake. No, I've never fished it, but I'm interested to know why you asked about it. I like information. Anyone ever fished a lake by Russell? Spear Lake? I've never fished Spear, but I've heard of it before, though. I know there's some rainbows in there. There was at some point. They need to put a limit on perch and Cascade. There's no limit on the perch and Cascade. That's bad. That's bad. When are you coming to northern Michigan for some ice fishing? I'm not sure. Not sure. One day. One day, when fishing for big lakers, what depth and what bottom are you looking for? I like, it's really hard to say if I like a harder bottom or a softer bottom. I like a softer bottom early in the season. I like a harder bottom later in the season. And I really, really like that, like 60 to 70 feet. I find myself fishing more in those depths than any other depth. I don't know why, but it's just something that I've done well in, and I know I need to experiment with some other depths at some point. But that's probably my go-to depths and areas. Your thoughts on spearing? I really don't like the whole spearing thing. I'm glad we don't do it in Canada. I think that by targeting the bigger pike, you're going to hurt your fisheries too. Like, people don't realize, like, all the lakes that I fish that have giant walleye and big walleye in them also have big pike in them. You start taking out all those big pike and all that, you're going to hurt your walleyes. Your walleyes all of a sudden don't have to grow that big to stay out of harm's way. Like, and obviously this is all opinion or whatever, but taking out pike and the whole old mentality of throwing pike on the shoreline and all that is just ridiculous, because pike will help your fishery or your fish will get stunted. Mark my words. That's my opinion. Not say it's right, but there's a reason why a lot of the bodies of water I fish that have big walleye also have big pike in it. So coincidence? I think not. Have you ever tried striped bass fishing? No. I've caught some wipers, but I've never caught a striped bass. Favorite fish to eat? Probably pike. Probably like a 25 to a 27-inch northern pike, and I mean cold water too, like not something where the water's been in the 80s for months or weeks type of thing. So yeah, I think they can only spear invasive fish. I think spearing invasive fish is a great thing, right? For sure, invasive species are never good. I'm going there this weekend. I was just curious. Well, let me know how you do, Dason. I'm also curious. What kind of fish would you go for in Colorado? I don't know. What would I fish? What would be the best? Colorado CPW, stop killing the pike. That's no good. Have you ever done a pike cleaning video? I haven't, but I definitely need to do a pike cleaning video. It's definitely on my list, because I see a lot of people waste a lot of meat on pike, and how we clean them when we guide is like zero waste at all. So I do need to do that. I do need to do it. I have to admit, the biggest thing I admire about you is how respectful you are to the water sources. Best thing to teach new anglers. You have to be so respectful of those water sources. Like, it's those fish are what brings more people to the areas, brings people in, right? Like, yeah. When's the last time you fished in Saskatchewan? My 2 perch videos were in Saskatchewan. So I fish Saskatchewan quite a bit. I love Saskatchewan a lot. Have you ever fished Sabotage Lake? I haven't. I never fished it. No, I haven't. Curious what's there though. Clayton, what's your favorite fish to eat? I think I just answered this already, but it's northern pike. A 25 to a 27-inch northern pike. Cold water. Fished Ontario. I have fished Ontario a few times. I've fished Lake of the Woods, the Rainy River. I fished where did I fish? The Nipissing. I fished Nipissing. Yeah, that's where we fished. Aaron and I did a pike tournament out there a couple years ago. So did some musky fishing out there too. Last LML for the win. Yes, piker evasive crap, man. I love pike, but they can knock out a new ecosystem pretty fast. I don't think I disagree. I really do. Pike will control your fisheries. They really will. You'd be surprised. I don't know, maybe you're thinking of the pike minnow. Pike, I disagree. Now, they shouldn't be into a system, obviously, that they're not supposed to be, but the pike that's in a system that's supposed to be there is a good thing. Any tips for deep water river fishing in the winter? I know there's fish down there, but can't get them to bite. Small, like in rivers would be tough, but you'd have to downsize a lot. Probably my best bet for something like that. Oh man, just mix it up a lot, right? Different lures, different techniques. That's such a hard question, right? Because there's no magical thing I can tell you that's going to automatically catch fish. It's all about trying to figure it out. Yeah. Ever fish pike with a hot dog? I haven't, and it's only because I don't know how they digest it. I don't agree with the people that are fishing the hot dog with the plastic wrapper still on. That's not good. But I haven't done any research to see how they digest a hot dog. So if they digest it, I have obviously no problem with that, and would like to try it at some point. But I have lots of bait in that sense, so why not use that? And I've never done the videos to like do it for the views, right? Like I've never gone like done those like, okay, let's do something crazy here, or not even crazy, just something ridiculous. Let's fish with this so we can get views, right? Because I could really care less in that sense, right? I want people to watch my videos because they want to learn something, they want to be entertained, not because it's like a lame clickbaity hot dog thing. But that's me. I got nothing against people to do it. He's fishing for smallmouth video. That won't be my next video, but it hopefully will be my video after that. I got a walleye video coming out tomorrow morning, and then hopefully a smallie video coming out the end of the month. Nick Linder, new member. Well, cheers to you, Nick, and all the other guys that just signed up for a new member too. We've got 55 minutes in this chat, and we're going to do a members only chat after that. Nick's been doing some really cool stuff that I want to play with here in the future too. Nick's been doing live underwater videos, like live, as in like right now, be live, and we're fishing with underwater stuff. I have something coming in the mail to be able to do that with my Aqua view. So that's really cool, Nick, what you're doing. I love it. I love it. What's your favorite way to eat pike seasoning? My favorite way probably still would be Frank's Red Hot, and then either just plain old flour or the spicy catch and cook. Those two are probably my two favorites for that for pike. I love to like switch it up though, in the sense of it's like I love beer batter pike. I love, in that sense, I don't always want to be eating the same thing over and over and over again. Clayton, fishing Cisco on iFish Pro for a second line tomorrow. Better to be on the bottom or suspended? I would say suspended. And I would think you're going to find it, you'll be really tough to catch Cisco's on an iFish Pro if you have, whatchamacallit, if you have a jaw jacker. I think lots of Cisco's will like pick up a bait and spit it, right? In that sense. So I think a jaw jacker would be better for something for a second line for the Cisco's, in my opinion. I think. Obviously, if it's all you have, go for it. But you'll notice probably they'll pick up baits and drop it. I think. I don't know though. I've never tried it, so higher though. Higher in the water column would be my guess though. They'll rise for baits a lot. I told Nick this is a comment before I want a Nick versus Clayton video. That'd be fun. Nick versus Clayton, but like live, going at the same time. I feel like I get to fish a lot of better waters than Nick does though at times. So I think he'd have to come up and fish with me. Nick, you should need to come up sometime for a collab up here. We should get together for some filming one day. I think it'd be fun. Yes, I do need to do a pike cleaning video. I agree. Caught a pike the other weekend with a hot dog in its stomach. There we go. See, now maybe that pike just ate that hot dog, but was the hot dog like it perfectly in the, like, was it still looked like a hot dog, or was it like digested at all? Because that's something that's like, right? I don't know if I really agree with the whole hot dog thing. I've heard bad things about it. So, but I don't know. Yeah. Any plans for lead core videos? Yes, definitely. I was just started to play with lead core last year. I'm going to be doing some more lead core fishing this year for sure. For sure. You do a great job showing and explaining. Thank you, Jim. I always feel like my videos could be better, but I do appreciate the kind words. I always want to try to get better at explaining things better and all that too. So, but I do appreciate it for sure. I've heard Brainerd is good right now. Have some buddies up there. Sabotage Lake has huge pike. It's in Maine. That's cool. That's cool. Paul, is he talking to me there? Do we need to boot you, Paul? Say one more thing, Paul, here mean, so I can boot you, because I like booting people. It's fun. Do it. Say one more mean comment so I can ban you forever, because I am not scared. Clayton, you ever think of heading west for some bull trout? Bull trout's definitely on the list for sure. I got a buddy out there that does bull trout fishing, and I'm definitely going to do it at some point. Hey, how did you like those circle hooks? I want to do some more stuff with the circle hooks at some point. I think they're really good. I just haven't had a good experience with them yet, but I haven't tried them since my one video. In fact, I don't know if I've been pike fishing since then though either. I don't think I've been pike fishing since then either. So Zach, thank you very much for the super sticker. Cheers to you. Much appreciated. Bud Light. Yes, McKenna, having a Bud Light today. I stole it from Carter's fridge too. Well, I stole it from Carter's fridge last time and put it in the fridge because it was still warm. So thanks for the beer, Carter. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Remember, Bud Light used to be a thing only in the States, not in Canada. And then all of a sudden, Bud Light showed up in Canada. Are you doing any ice shows on Cormorant or Simon House? I have done a walleye video on Simon House this year. Cormorant, I don't know if I'll get there, but maybe I should. Maybe I should go do a Cormorant late season video. I know there's nice big pike in there, good walleye fishing. Simon House too. I think Simon House is so good. Favorite beer? I like Land Shark. It's a beer that we used to drink in the Florida Keys all the time. Yeah. Got any advice for deep, rocky rivers? I've been struggling. I don't. I really don't have any advice for you. I apologize. I wish I could help you out, but I have no advice for something like that. It wasn't digested yet, but it was in a couple of pieces. Okay, well, the fact that the hot dog was in a couple of pieces, that's a good indication that maybe it digests it, but that's so, I feel a little better about that anyway, for sure. I'm drinking a Moosehead lager. Nice. Nice. I don't know if the last time I've had one of those was. The wind has been awful, like so awful. It's so windy, snowing, windy, everything. It's been so tough to like do anything for fishing. PB tarpon. I don't think I measured any of my tarpon. I probably caught some that were around that 150 poundish marks, but I don't have anything that was like measured because where we was, you couldn't take the tarpon out of the water. Sometimes getting in the water was really tough for the fish too. Like in the areas we were fishing, I only ever got a couple of like actual shore photos with people fishing for tarpon like that, where we could go up to a shoal or something like that. So I don't really know. I would say like 150 pounds probably for a tarpon. Dark Around Boys. Any plans for a Bourbon video? Yes, this year a Bourbon video. Maybe on my next trip too. I really want to do. I want to target though in ethical depths. You know, catching accidental burbot while you're lake trout fishing is one thing in 70 feet of water or whatever, but I don't want to catch any burbot and like in 40, 50 feet of water and be targeted them when you're trying to release them. If you're going to keep them, it is what it is. But yeah, so. Oh, Cindy says hi, McKenna. Dason says hi, Cindy. Look at that. Everybody's talking. Do you do much largemouth fishing down in Florida? No, I didn't do any largie fishing in Florida because I was in the Keys. We went to one canal once where we caught some peacocks and some largies, but I have done largemouth fishing in Texas though, at a friend's ranch, and then Jay, myself, and Mark Tully went down to Falcon Lake. That was a really cool experience. So yeah, I'm becoming a new member now, Chief. That's awesome. I'm going to wrap this live chat up now, though, and I'm going to have a members only chat for another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So I do appreciate everybody stopping by. If you have more questions and if you're a member, just save them and ask them in the next member chat. But we might do a live chat up at Baker's when I'm there if the internet's okay. We'll see. We'll see how it is. But I'm heading north here sometime this week to go do some smallies, Lakers, pike, walleye, burbot, Cisco's, whatever we can catch. So thank you, everybody. Video coming out should be tomorrow morning. Hopefully, appreciate everybody hanging out, and we'll do another one soon. So take care, everybody. Have a good one. Cheers.